Hello everyone, and welcome to the Losers Grand Final of the taiko World Cup 2024. We have the United Kingdom versus the United States. I'm DryadX, and I'm joined by Teasel for this amazing historical match.
Yeah, I'm very much looking forward to this one. These were two teams that at the very beginning of the tournament, everyone was thinking, these two have the potential to get that top 3 slot. But did people think that both of them would be in that top 3 slot? I don't think so. We have a potential, we've guaranteed here that our one of the top 2 teams is going to be a non-Asian team, which has never happened in the official World Cups before.
The first time we've had 2 non-Asian teams in top 3, and I'm not exactly sure about.
The US is in the top 3 as well, so it's a very big year.
I believe their best placement before was 6th to 4th.
Something around, yeah. But the UK has placed 3rd place before back in 2020. They're back again this year, clearly with an incredibly strong team once again. But can they make that final push to get top 2? Or the US, the underdog here, take them out from underneath them? I'll start with this match.
Bands were going to be caught up, but bands were... So, the United States won the roll, the UK banned Hidden 1, and the United States banned Hard Rock 2.
Very standard bans, nothing out of the ordinary at all. UK getting rid of the slow Hidden, the US getting rid of the fast Hard Rock.
And No Mod 7 being the first song to kick off our match.
Alright, going for a crazy one to start off with. The US are not holding back. They're not wanting to warm up. They're just jumping straight into the really difficult stuff. Although, this is the grand finals. Every map is incredibly difficult.
For sure.
Oh. You know, what are your thoughts coming into this match? We've had a week leading up to this. Like, what are your final thoughts at the beginning here?
I'm not gonna lie, I haven't thought too much about this matchup. I don't think I've casted a UK match. I've casted a lot of US matches. I know they're good at tech, and honestly, I'm just happy we're here.
Yeah, so I'm pretty much in the opposite boat as you. I've casted loads of UK matches, but not as many US matches. Funny how the time zone difference kind of works out. So I feel a lot more comfortable with understanding what the UK is capable of. I've played in World Cups with these players myself, so it's, I know the capabilities of the UK, but I'm just not quite aware of how the US can perform on such a pool. So looks like we're both kind of in the dark a wee bit on what we're fully expecting here. But this is probably going to be quite a close one, I think. The official pick'ems are kind of swayed between them as well. I've lost the link, so let me put it up quickly. Yeah, so we have 64.5% in favour of the UK winning, with 35.5% for the US. So even the viewers are just not too sure of what we're going to have here. The Twitch pick'ems are much more in favour of the UK, 71% in favour. But really, we're gonna have to see what happens at the end of the match.
Overall, everybody really struggling to act this map. If I remember correctly, I think this is one of the few maps we had where the replayer actually ended up getting a miss.
Talk about misses, Mangomize are going to be kicking those off. RJ with a bunch more though, passing lead over to the UK.
Yeah, RJ dropping below 95 accuracy now. And Silver Tyrant finding a miss as well.
It is only a third of the way into the map though. A score lead of 20k is not enough for the UK to be comfortable here, especially with the type of map this is. This is the one that could come down to the last couple of notes.
Yeah, but RJ finding another miss, but Bobby finds some.
That. Silver T with a bunch of misses there. UK up to a 50,000 score lead and growing that further.
And Aurora finding a miss right as we go into the fast SD, but Gohiki trades it.
No full combos left.
But it is a very sizable lead off the accuracy for the UK. All
Absolutely, given
two
them
of them above
60,000.
98.
This is a lot more comfortable here, especially since this is the US's first pick. This is the map they're supposed to be the most confident they can win that point on. Unless they're going for a different strategy, that is. Okay, everyone's looking really strong, but the accuracy just starts so far in favor of the UK.
Yeah, RJ has gotten so many misses and separated spots, and it's just very difficult to come back from that score lead.
Unless the UK gets like a massive triple like tank here. I think the UK are starting this off with a breakpoint.
And indeed they are. 87,000 points being the final difference. And only 2 misses coming in from Gohigi, and 4 from Mango and Aurora.
Yeah, very, very good scores overall. Like, you know, people may look at this, you know, especially people maybe not too familiar with like taiko and stuff like that. They're getting A ranks, maybe like 900k. Like, remind you, this is grand finals. This is, you know, this is the second and third place team here, unless one of them goes on to beat Japan. But, you know, top 3 teams here. This is the best of the best. This is a really difficult pool.
For sure.
And they've been putting a lot of practice into this. They do not want to be... They want to be the first team to get that second place.
Here we go into Hard Rock 1. Not too surprising to see, as the UK is certainly a team known for their ridiculous Hard Rock players.
Yeah, looks like the UK kind of identifying perhaps the US has that weakness in Hard Rock. They got rid of Hard Rock 2.
Also mapper buff.
Go for Hard Rock 1, first pick. Get it done and out the way.
Gohigi made this map. Just want to throw that out there.
That as well, yeah. I believe there is some edits made to it that he didn't make, the tournament organizers did, that created the TWC version.
RJ finding a huge amount of misses.
His map. Yeah, not a great start, unfortunately. UK starting off with a 60,000 score lead is really, really advantageous. Gohigi finding some misses of his own though.
It is worth mentioning that because we are playing on a mod, the score lead is slightly more inflated just because there's more points to go around. But it is still a very sizable lead for the UK right now.
Absolutely, yeah. RJ just struggling to build up that combo. But Silver Tyrant and an Aurora Phasmata looking really, really strong for the US here. So if the players in the UK do begin to struggle a lot more in the second half of this map, which does have increased SV, it is possible that those really strong scores from those two players could keep the US in the lead, but misses like that are not going to be helping.
XTI.
Yeah, quite technical. We've got the 1-8 burst, we've got the high SV. 3 full combos on the board here. 2 full combos on the board here.
We're coming to the end of the map.
200,000 score lead difference. And that's growing even more with extra misses from Silver Tyrant. This is looking like a really convincing map win for the UK here.
And Aurora misses right at the very end. So only one FC coming out the end of it, and Mango Miser.
Congratulations to Mango. 15 100s. Gohigi with only 9 in that one single miss.
Yeah, very impressive scores from the UK.
Yeah,
at least
really unfortunate one miss there as well.
If you are a US fan, at the very least, you can be happy that that's the only Hard Rock map that the UK can pick.
Absolutely. There is still 2 free mods though in which Hard Rock can be picked, but the US can go hidden on that, which they seem to be a bit more comfortable with. But you know, they started off with No Mod 7. Perhaps they're gonna have some more opportunities here in the No Mod pool. 6 more left. They only need 6 points to guarantee the tiebreakers, so...
But yeah, it seems like just a lot of uncharacteristic mistakes coming from RJ in these last two maps. Hidden 2 being the selection from the US.
Yeah, just going for the opposite. UK banned Hidden 1. Let's go for Hidden 2. Seems like a very reasonable option. Yeah, so this map is a lot more focused on speed. It is 260 BPM. Does have SV to make your hidden reading harder. There's still reading elements to the map, but I think this is a really good pick here for the US.
Yeah.
We have Cheese Salad coming in for the first time this match.
Yeah, definitely not surprised. Cheese Salad is a very accomplished hidden player. I almost always see him on any roster for a US team in these tournaments for hidden.
Absolutely. Looks like we have Mango Miser switch now for the UK, and we have Horizon and Daniel coming in. I believe this map had quite a lot of finishers, so the UK getting their 3 bongo players in seems very, very sensible.
Alright, looks like we're about to head in to the US's second pick.
Yeah, the US are really going to have to win this pick. They've already lost 1 breakpoint. That's recoverable. Losing 2 breakpoints, however, it's more than like 10 times as hard to come back from, in my opinion.
Yeah.
We have seen it, though, this tournament so far, at really critical points as well.
I think that there were somewhere between 4 and 6 breakpoints in US versus Taiwan just last week. Daniels finds an early miss.
Yeah, great start for the US. Horizon finding some misses as well. We're seeing almost the exact opposite here. The US already with a 60,000 point lead. Yeah, third away into the map, we've got the speedier section. Also 1-8 doublets. Horizon missing. Daniels as well. Gohigi still
RJ
the only
trades
full
it.
combo for the UK. It's 2 full combos to 1. The US growing their lead more and more. Cheese Salad missing. Or Gohigi full combos left.
It is a very short map as well. We're already 2/3 through, so only about 40 seconds left. RJ finds some more misses.
Yeah, Daniel, unfortunately. Oh, that is an entire stream being missed there by Daniel.
Aurora finds a miss.
Aurora as well. Gohigi, the only full combo, but with 250,000 schooling in favour of the US, I think it's pretty much impossible for the UK to come back from this one unless there's a DC from one of the players in the US.
But Gohigi finds a miss, and with 3 misses coming in all at the same time from the UK, with a 300,000 point lead, it's seeming to be almost certain for the US to take this.
Yeah, very, very good pick here by the US. They really identified the UK's weakness here and have taken advantage of it as much as possible.
Almost 400,000 points.
400,000. That is insane. You never see a score difference like that unless it's like a gimmick map or something that one team has practiced and one team hasn't.
Yeah, but man, that map just gets crazy. Even without hidden, that chart's extremely difficult. And instantly, the next selection from the UK being Free Mod 1.
Yeah, so yeah, good start there for the US. We're back over to the free mods now. So what kind of mods are we gonna see? Because of course our players can play safe and go with no mod. We can have just one mod hidden or the hard rock, or are they gonna dare going for the double, the hidden hard rock?
Yeah, it's always hard to tell because I mean, even going into finals, The US in particular was playing with a very large amount of mods. I think they 5 or 6 modded both free mods.
Yeah, I remember something along those lines, yeah. We often saw Hoopweek playing these free mods. I think wouldn't be surprised to see them come in here. But maybe not for this map.
We do have Mini Lamp coming in for the first time for the US.
Alright. What kind of mods do you think we're going to see on the US?
If I had to guess, I'd say Aurora Hard Rock bottom 2 HD, but maybe they'll 2 mod.
I'm going to say Gohigi Hidden Hard Rock, Over the Hedge Hard Rock, Mango Hidden.
Alright, Aurora's playing HD HR, so I was only 1 mod off.
Hey, we got that pretty spot on. So, no mod advantage on either side.
Yeah. Only real difference is 2 hiddens versus a hard rock and a hidden. But in terms of score, that doesn't matter.
It's just whether they can play the map. A lot of pressures here in the UK to perform. They have the upper hand, they have that breakpoint that they need to essentially secure a win. They just cannot lose it.
See Over the Edge hitting some of these as doublets, which is the easiest way to miss on 1-1, I'm not gonna lie. Happens to be all the time if I try to do that.
On a map last week or the week before, and I was like, please, just stop. Don't.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure I've actually seen people lose points because of it. But Mango finds a miss.
But the lead is struggling to go over to the side of the US. It has now, but it's not very big.
Yeah.
The UK doing very, very well on the accuracy front.
Yeah, Gohiki just now dropping below 99.
Yeah, compare that to the other hidden hard rock player, Aurora, who's down at 97.4.
But RJ
looking back and forth.
And Over the Hedge trades it.
Looks
Still
like
16,000
Hedge's
points.
miss was a lot cleaner though compared to RJ's. Still so close though. Two-thirds of the way, and this is a long free mod, 3 minutes.
Yeah.
Fortunately for the players, they can't see the total scores here right now, because they're making me nervous, and I'm not even playing. Oh, this is from Over the Hedge.
But Aurora
passes the lead over to the US. Oh, it's so close. The UK had a 20,000 point lead. That is now only 5,000, if that. This one's coming down to the absolute wire.
Yeah, it's been almost 2.5 minutes. We're only 5,000 points difference.
Every 100 matters here.
RJ! Gohiki finally
miss.
misses.
Misses from RJ though, giving the UK a bit more of a lead. 28,000 points. I think this is the outro. I can't remember if there's any crazy stuff going on at the end. But I'm not going to call the winner until I see the results screen.
And indeed, that will be a point to the UK.
31,000 point difference.
Down to the very end.
So close. That was...
Miniature Lamp actually putting out an absolutely insane score. 8,100 FC.
That they were still full comboing, but wow. 1,053,000. That's an incredible score to be getting a map like this. Gohigi doing incredibly well, 1,076,000. Aurora also over 1 million on the Hidden Hard Rock as well. Only 4 misses.
Yeah, but the accuracy being a lot lower. I wonder if only playing with 1 mod would have been a better decision.
Either way, it's been and done. We're back over to
Indeed.
the US's pick. I have a feeling they're going to go back to the no mods. Okay, yeah, they've gone for no mod.
One of our original songs, I believe.
Yes, it's correct.
And an absolute banger at that.
By none other than Katagiri. Essentially, a shorter sequel to Kyuko, which was a 7-key Mania World Cup tiebreaker. This map is absolutely chock full of 1-6 and 1-8 patterns.
For sure.
It's the consistency map, but it feels very technical. The only thing stopping it from being tech is that it is still on regular timings. And we're seeing our faster players come back in for this one. We have Bobby coming back in for the UK here. We have Silver T as well for the US.
Yeah, this is not a map that you can relax on at basically any point. It's like all gas, no brakes the entire time, and for what a long song it is.
Yeah. Here we go, looks like we're about to start.
Here we go.
Will the US get a second point on the board, or will the UK steal another breakpoint and be 4-1? I have a fairly relaxed intro to the map. But for 3.5 minutes, our players are going to need to be consistent and all this crazy
Here we
stuff
go.
we see now.
So far we just see the lead trading with 100s.
UK has solidified it themselves a bit by not even 2,000 points. Oh my goodness.
But Mango finds a miss in the tech.
No. Oh, that was a rough place to
Mini
miss.
Lamp. Mini Lamp finding way more misses.
Yeah, Mini Lamp's accuracy dropping down below 97, but Mango finding a lot more as well.
And Bobby as well.
Oh, Bobby's misses are huge there.
And in one of the higher SV sections, and the US had a 25,000 point lead so far.
Yeah, both Gohigi and Silver T still above 99 accuracy. Aurora Fastmask on the full combo, 98.6. Through the map, 36,000 point lead in favor of the US.
Still have over a minute left.
And just no one's missing.
Indeed, making it through the next high SV Ki.
Things are looking good for the US. They need to hold on for the last part of this map. And they defend their point.
The home stretch now. Still about 40,000 points in the lead. But Mini Lamp finds a miss.
Was a very clean miss though, but it's not going to help.
Final section.
For a 7,000 point lead for the US. Will they hold on to it?
Mini Lamp finds a lot of misses, but Bobby trades them.
finds ones as well.
And it's very close
Ooh.
and very stressful for both teams, but the US does manage to hold on to their point lead. And 2 FCs from the side of the US.
Gohigi with a full combo as well. Very, very strong scores all around.
Yeah, very, very close the entire time.
The US does defend their point, and we're back over to the UK, where the US hopes to steal this one in order to tie it back up 3-3.
Yeah, if the US can get a break point, they'll be in a much safer position. Already being 1 point down off the very first map is not exactly the best thing, but it can be recovered. And right after that, we're going into a Fractured Heaven, our speed nomad.
Yeah, the UK need to be very careful with their picks going forward. They absolutely cannot afford to accidentally give a point back to the US on one of their own picks.
Another
they
original,
have the
by the way.
advantage. They don't want to be losing it. And yeah, this is another one of our originals by DJ Ricey.
It only leaves 2 originals left in the pool for us to play, though of course one of them is the tiebreaker and we don't really have control over that one. But the last one would be Nomad 6.
Oh well, can't be forgetting about the tiebreaker, can we? Or are we gonna do a showcase of it?
Not sure. And we appear to have a client crash, unfortunately.
Alright.
We'll be back
So
shortly.
we would give you the radio show, but even we can't see what's going on, so... It's neck and neck. The teams, they're tying. It's impossible. Everyone's double S-ing. All
We've
6
actually
of
already advanced to tiebreak.
them. What's happened here? Alright, here we are. Alright, every player missing, I guess. Does that Gohiki miss legit? Seems like it, as well as mini lamps. Oh, and oh, never mind.
Mini Lamps was not, but it appears that Gohi's was real.
Here we go, the US in the lead on the UK's pick.
Mini Lamp getting a real miss now, I believe. So the lead will start flickering.
It's back and forth.
This is 310 BPM, by the way, so an extremely fast song. Silver Tyrant finding a miss.
Bobby picking up misses of their own. The UK are not going to be able to get a very strong lead here. The US are within striking distance for any other mistakes that the UK does make.
It is interesting to note because I believe both Aurora and Silver Tyrant have just passed the Scattered Faith ranked map just this week. So, an extremely fast 380 BPM song. Going down to 310 here, but still extremely fast.
Yeah, the biggest difference on Scattered Faith compared to this one is is way more dense, I would argue. These
Silver
streams are
Tyrant
way
finding a
longer.
randomness.
Yeah, resetting the combo is going to be advantageous to the UK, but it is only 30,000 points. If two of the UK players pick up misses, it's over for them.
But Aurora finds a miss, so it might have to be 3 now. And there isn't much map left. 40,000 points could still go either way. But a miss from Mini Lamp and a huge miss from that.
Oh, Mango dropping the full combo in these final bursts, but manages to
Still
hold
more
it together long enough. Oh, never mind.
And it's not enough for the US to come back.
I just looked into the future. Both Gohiki and Bobby with 1 miss.
And Aurora with 2.
Only 17 misses being the worst score on that is honestly incredible.
Yeah, it's kind of crazy.
Managing to get 3 players on your team capable of like consistently playing 310 BPM is
And
insane.
we actually are getting all 3 originals outside of tiebreaker back to back, as Nomad 6 is the selection from the United States.
No way this wasn't planned. Here we go. This one is Stained Satin by Billy and Moto. Probably my favorite of the 3 originals in the... That's not the tiebreaker, in my opinion, here. For this weekend, anyway.
It's definitely a banger. I think I like Nomad 1 a little bit more, though. But I really like Katagiri.
Yeah, that one is definitely a close second. But maybe the US is looking here to take advantage of the American map rebuff made by Nifty. And if it's made by Nifty, you know it's going to be full of SV.
Yeah,
which this
for
map
sure.
is.
We're getting ready to go.
Alright, this map starts off with a fairly slow intro. But the accuracy is not free.
Aurora repping the early 100 gang.
Bobby also joining in.
Nice tech to start this song.
Silver T, the only double S left, and loses it as I mentioned it.
But Mango
with the early miss. Yeah, this part is deceptively difficult. US already with a 20,000 point lead, and we're not even into the most difficult bit of the map yet.
Here we go. And Aurora finds a miss directly after the slider.
Yeah, really getting to see what speed tech is all about. This mysterious new Nomad 6 slot that is taking place this World Cup. And it seems to be going pretty well. It's been very positively received this year. So the US is enjoying it just that bit more as they are in the lead by 20,000 points.
Already 2/3 through the song. Into our 1/8 section.
That score lead is shrinking thanks to the accuracy held by the players on the side of the UK. It's possible they might even take it by accuracy alone.
Yeah. We are getting into more tech, but Aurora finds a miss, so we will fully switch over to the side of the UK. There isn't much song left.
This isn't looking good for the US. They might be about to lose a second breakpoint. Oh, misses from Bobby.
But without a lock on that stream, that's another breakpoint over to the side of the UK.
Great performance by the US. 2 full combos compared to the UK's 1. But
10
the
100s from
was...
Gohigi.
Gosh. Unfortunately, mostly coming down to the accuracy. There we go, it's going to be a lot more difficult for the US to be able to come back now. We're over to the UK's pick now, and if they win that pick, they're going to be at match point. So the US has really got to start jumping in and denying these wins for the UK.
And a timeout appears to be the request from the UK.
Yeah, potentially all of the extra things they're going to pick have already been picked by the US. Or maybe they're just wanting to really take their time to consider their options here in the remaining maps. They have such a good lead here, they don't want to be making mistakes by giving 3 points away to the US. The UK only needing to win 2 more points in order to take this win. The US needing 5.
Yeah,
Going to be a pretty difficult comeback here for the US, but definitely not impossible. You've seen it before in both Taiko World Cup and other World Cups as well. The fact that the UK is taking a timeout does indicate that they're potentially not as comfortable with the picks remaining.
Yeah,
so this could be the US's time to shine.
Especially once you start getting into grand finals, things like DT can kind of just be a coin flip. Especially with these DT picks. They're a little crazy to say the least. At least from the side of the US, they do still have Nomad 2, the I don't want to say the real tech map, but the the slot that is explicitly tech and nothing else.
Yes, yeah. Yeah, because they did do good on that map. Perhaps the speed was maybe just what caught them out a bit.
Yeah.
But, you know, since we have a quick break here, allow me to give you a message from our sponsors. Osu. We sponsor ourselves because, you know, you can help support the World Cups by purchasing one of the really cool banners that we have for your profile of all the 32 teams that qualified for this year's Taiko World Cup. Even though there's only 3 teams remaining and you may wish to pick specifically from those 3, maybe even you want to support just the UK or the US here, you're a big fan of the UK, you want them to take this home in the final 2 picks, or you're a big fan of the US, you're wanting to see that legendary comeback and see them get 2nd place. Or, you know, maybe you're just a fan of some of the other countries. Wait, you not buy banners anymore? Everyone's saying you can't buy banners. Uh-oh. You know what? We're buying banners anyway, we're breaking the system. Hack the website, give them all your money, get those banners on your profile. And if you pick the winning team, you get to keep that banner for the whole year. And if you can't buy Taiko World Cup banners, wait a couple of weeks and you should be able to get some really nice Catch World Cup banners, as that is our next upcoming World Cup, just a couple of weeks away. It looks like we're back into this match, the players are ready to go. What map have we got here?
We have DT1, which is a bit of a surprising pick, I would say. But maybe the United Kingdom is trying to capitalize on the seeming accuracy dominance that they have had throughout this match. Because this is a very, very technical chart with the OD. I believe with DT it hits like 10.14, I believe it was.
Yeah, something like that. Seeing a similar lineup here between the 2 teams.
Very stream heavy.
Oh
DT.
no. Mango dropping way below 90% accuracy on the intro to the map. I'm surprised that is only a 25,000 score difference with how much he missed there.
I mean, it's just because this map is so long.
True. I mean, it's 2 minutes 50 seconds left, which is honestly kind of long for a DT, but it's just constant streams. It's so dense.
At least on one side, this very high OD makes it a lot harder to note lock, but it is also just that much harder to act. So there comes the question of, is the trade-off worth it necessarily?
For sure, yeah. Yeah, this is very, very similar to Meltdown, which I believe was a Grand Finals pick either last year or in 2022.
Bobby getting some misses.
Oh, things are not looking good for the UK here on their pick. The US are still triple SCing.
Only a third of the way through the map, though.
It does seem like generally accuracy is in favour of the UK, and that's why the score lead isn't quite as strong as it was, but extra misses from Mini Lamp is going to help shrink that lead even more.
It's actually going to make the lead flip.
But misses from Bobby is not going to be helping that.
Doublets like this are deceptively hard to hit on DT. But Mango finding a miss, and Bobby finding one right after.
Ooh. They managed to take the lead back, but the US is right back where they were before. Third of the map left to go.
More streams.
More streams. You couldn't have seen it coming.
But Aurora finds a miss.
It's not changing the score much, so the US just have to hold on to this one. They can get one of those breakpoints back right here, right now. The accuracy is beginning to let them down. This from Mango is going to help them out.
Still so much left. But Silver
Tyrant! That's a huge miss.
It's flickering now. It's going to come down to the very end.
We're on the outro. Extra 100s here could make the difference.
And just barely, the UK managed to keep it together. Of the 6 100s from Kohigi, I wasn't even seeing that.
You know, I often don't like to kind of say, like, you know what, this player is the carry, because every player is contributing their absolute best to their total team score. But let's be honest, Kohigi's score there is just a level above everyone else's on that playfield.
That's crazy.
That is what allowed them to keep that win. Like, without that pretty much perfect score from Kohigi, that was so easily a point for the US.
Just a few more 100s.
But what this means is the UK are on match point. They only need to win one more pick to take the win and get that top two, advance on to the winners bracket grand finals versus Japan. The US are in a bit more of a tough situation here. They're going to have to win the next 4 points in a row to take it to a tiebreaker to have a shot against the UK going into that winners grand finals. We're going to be starting this off on No Mod 4 though. One of the US's specialties, they often do incredibly well on the gimmick maps, but so far this tournament the UK has been as well.
Cheese is in particular a very, very strong gimmick player. And honestly, I feel like it's really rare we actually end up seeing the gimmick map in a grand finals. Also, we just don't get to see the first few seconds of the map, I guess, unfortunately.
The gimmick of the map is that we just teleport halfway in.
A random score assignment.
Alright,
here we go.
UK starting off with the lead here. See, over the hedge and Horizon for this one as well. The US, though, taking the lead after the main intro by not even 1,000 points. The score is going to flicker back and forth.
First bar line section. Aurora finds a miss, but over the hedge and Kohigi both miss. And Horizon missing now, so lots of misses coming from the side of the UK.
UK are missing all over the place. US with a really strong lead now, over 40,000 points, and that is continuing to grow as extra misses from the players in the UK.
More flashing.
Lots of flashing notes.
Cheese finding a lot of misses, but Horizon trading them back so that score lead that was cascading down stays on the side of the US. More misses from Cheese though.
Combos are going all over the place thanks to all these extra slider heads as well. Bit of a combo building section here. The US still have the lead. Not much map left to go.
Over to Hedge, finds a miss right before the ski high. But RJ finally breaking. Salad finds more misses. The lead is shrinking.
Anytime the US finds misses, the UK trade somewhere has already picked up the misses elsewhere.
And the US does manage to take back a point. No FCs, but only 4 misses from Aurora and 3 from RJ is absolutely insane for a grand finals gimmick.
Horizon doing very well as well. Only 5 misses, which were kind of found kind of a third of the way into the map. And Gohiki as well. Almost getting 12 misses. Kind of in one go, I think it was. So just one single misread, pretty much. But that is 1 down, 3 to go for the US. But here's one of the big main first hurdles. This is the UK's pick.
I wonder if they'll just pick DT2.
I mean, possibly.
It was really close though.
Yeah, they did win on DT1, but honestly, they probably shouldn't have. It was very, very lucky that they managed to get the lead right at the end of the map.
Yeah,
they did get the win on No Mod 3, which is probably a bit more akin to what we'll be seeing in Double Time 2.
This is true.
But once again, was it a convincing lead? I'm not too sure. Let's have a double check for the end. That's what it's for. It was only 36,000, that's not huge. That's pretty much one miss and decent act drop.
And DT2 will be the selection from the UK.
You read them very well then.
It is worth mentioning that, of course, if the UK does take this pick, they will be advancing on to fight Japan in the grand finals. But if the United Kingdom loses this pick, they only have 1 pick left.
Yeah, so even though the UK does have the advantage here, there's still a lot of pressure on them. But it's definitely a lot more on the US side.
Yeah.
They cannot afford to make a single mistake.
As we get further and further into the pools, both teams start getting less and less comfortable on maps. And that pretty much just means that their respective skill levels on maps tends to start to converge, making it a lot more of a volatile pick.
There's only one way to really know how it's going to go, and it's to watch it happen. Getting the squads in, it looks like it's going to be Gohigi, Bobby, and Mango for the UK, with Aurora, Cheese Salad, and Silver for the US.
Also, I'd like to say, I believe I was actually wrong about the last map being, the last DT being 10.14. I think this one is 10.14, the other one is like 9.86 or so.
Okay, yeah, that makes sense, because this one's OD7 base, and the other one was 6.5 base? Something like that.
Yes. But here we go into what could be the final map.
Yeah, we have a pretty classic song here. Potentially the last one that the US will play in this year's Taiko World Cup. Pretty slow intro, but this is a long DT. 3.5 minutes.
Yeah, both DTs this pool are extremely long. But Cheese and Mango both trading misses in the first 1-6. It is 285 BPM.
Yeah, 285 consistency map, but we've got a lot going on in at 1-6, 1-3. It's catching so many players out.
Yeah,
we're only down to 2 full combos already. Silver T and Bobby.
Yeah, this is not the type of pick you expect full combos to last terribly long on. With the speed and just how high the OD is, it's absolutely devastating holding combo.
feel like it, but we're already a third of the way into the map. It's only a 10,000 point lead in favour of the UK.
And Cheese Salad finds a miss. Aurora finds a
misses as well. This is not looking good for the US. We're gonna have to start seeing big tanks coming out from the UK. Halfway into the map though, they're looking really, really strong.
Yeah,
Bobby still in the full
58K.
combo, Mango with only 1 miss early on, Gohiki with 700 combo as well.
Some doublets.
But we're now at 60,000 score lead in favour of the UK. We're in a third of the map left to go.
Bobby finds some misses.
That's the start of what the US are looking for. They've got a hold on themselves, they're not even all at the full combo cap yet.
And Aurora Gohigi's missed at the same time. More traded
Cheese and
misses.
Mango trade. But there's a miss from the UK that isn't traded by the US. One from Bobby. That's
Still
score
have a quarter of
difference
the
is
map.
now 40,000.
Less than a minute standing between the UK and victory, with 40,000 points and a miss from Cheese Salad.
Well, we've got one more build up of 1 KI left to go. $50,000 score lead for the UK. They've just got to hold on to it. They need to do this to take the win. The US
Bobby,
need to
but
keep holding
barely.
on as strong as they can.
Mango?
Wait for the mistakes. Bobby's, Mango's.
More misses.
Another from Mango.
Miss from
Gohigi's as
Yohigi.
well.
The lead shrinking. Another miss from Mango.
Mango's misses. The US are taking
switched.
this back.
Aurora misses.
Aurora.
205 points.
Oh, the US had that.
Less than a single 100 of difference.
That is devastating.
That's
for my
slider
pick'ems.
ticks.
Oh no. That is.
That's insane.
That was a crazy way to close out the match. But here we are. 7-3 in favour of the United Kingdom, going forth to the Winners' Grand Finals. Guaranteed top 2, going against Japan once again to fight for first place. They are the first non-Asian team to ever get the top 2 in the Taiko World Cup. But that doesn't mean that the US has done bad either. This is the first time that they have ever achieved a podium position in the Taiko World Cup. And they have deserved it for so many years and just not quite been able to make it. But this year, they've worked really, really hard and they finally got in that position they truly deserve. So a huge congratulations to them. This is honestly a situation where a different day we could have been seeing a very different score at the end of the match.
Yeah,
But this was the match assigned. This is what we got, 7-3. Huge congratulations.
That last
to both
map being
teams.
so close, and the first DT being only 3,000 points. Just minuscule differences on both DTs. We could be seeing a very different result right now.
But yeah, with that, it's third place team. There you go. The bronze goes to the United States. We'll be back tomorrow for our fight for gold between Japan and the United Kingdom at 13 UTC Sunday, around 18 hours from now. So we've got a bit of time. We'll close off the stream. I don't think we have the energy to entertain you all for 18 hours.
That'd be wild if we did.
I mean, maybe we can give it a go next year if we end up in this situation. But for now, I think we're pretty ready to close out.
Yeah. So, a close match. Sad to see it end at 7-3, but
Yeah,
that happens.
thank you very, very much for joining us for this incredible match. And we hope we can see you tomorrow for another incredible one between Japan and the United Kingdom. Tomorrow at 13 UTC.
Cheers.